Julian measured love in decibels. He watched romantic comedies and read grand historical fiction, believing that true devotion required a spontaneous trip to Venice, a dramatic, shouted defense in a public square, or a love letter sealed with tears. His girlfriend, Chloe, was quiet. She never bought expensive gifts or made sweeping declarations. She preferred reading a book beside him to going out. And Julian, consumed by the fear of being just tolerated, constantly tested her. "Do you really love me?" he would ask, needing to hear a crescendo of emotion. "Yes, Julian, I love you," she'd reply simply, putting her hand on his arm, her eyes full of a calm certainty he never recognized as profound. Julian always felt shortchanged. Where was the grand gesture? Where was the sacrifice? He mistook her calm stability for a lack of passion, convinced that if she truly loved him, she would try harder to prove it. The breaking point didn't come from a fight, it came from a sudden, terrifying crisis. Julian's elderly father, who lived 2 states away, had a serious fall. Julian got the call at 2:00 a.m. Panic ripped through him, paralyzing him with fear and logistics. He stumbled out of bed, hyperventilating. He was spiraling, muttering about tickets, hospitals, and money. Chloe didn't ask a single question about why the fall happened, or how it would affect their weekend plans. She didn't offer empty platitudes. She simply went into action. While Julian was standing frozen by the phone, Chloe silently packed a bag for him. She booked the first flight out, paying for the non-refundable, last-minute ticket on her credit card without even asking. She didn't stop there. She called his office and cleared his schedule for the entire week. She called his father's neighbor to check on the hospital transfer. When she came back, she pressed the boarding pass and her credit card into his hand. She looked him directly in the eye, her expression not one of passion or drama, but of absolute, unwavering devotion. "Go," she said, her voice clear and steady. "Don't look back. I'll handle everything here. Your only job right now is to be with your dad." As Julian hurried out the door, she grabbed his face, kissed him, and said, not with drama, but with the quiet force of a tidal wave, "I've got you." Sitting on the airplane minutes later, Julian finally saw it. He realized he had been desperately searching for a magnificent, theatrical sign of love, while Chloe had been giving him the only thing that mattered, a permanent safety net. He hadn't needed Venice. He needed her to manage the impossible logistics of a 2 a.m. family emergency. He hadn't needed poetry. He needed the calm, immediate power of her, "I've got you." He finally knew the answer to the question that had plagued him for years: how to know if a girl loves you. It's not in the declarations, but in the dedication. It's in the quiet, predictable presence that doesn't need to be asked or convinced. It's the woman who stops the world from falling apart while you are too panicked to notice. Chloe wasn't dramatic, but her love was the deepest, most life-altering force he had ever known.